Travis Wingetzel. So, I think for America, well, let's put it this way instead. The United States of America has on their calendar 9/11 Remembrance Day. Every 9/11, we have the Remembrance Day, and the president will go to the site, give a speech in remembrance of that day in 2001. It's an American historical fact. And even though there are Americans who disagree as to how it happened and why it happened, as there are conspiracy theories and far out claims that are not theories, even though they claim to be theories, and people redefine what a conspiracy theory is. We all agree, even those who believe that there was some nefarious purpose with our government, they still believe that it happened. They're not in denial that 9/11 happened. And there's documented evidence that it did happen. There were movies that were produced prior to 9/11 that show the New York trade towers in the background. And you can go to the site and see that they're gone and that there's a memorial in its place. And there were many who had friends and family who died on 9/11, as well as those who were first responders trying to rescue as many as possible, who they themselves died from the dust exposure later on. And so it seems absurd that we'd have an enemy, or an American even, publicly denounce the existence of 9/11, that it was a red flag hoax, that it was all just a cover-up, and that all of the movies in Hollywood were redone, touched over to insert the trade towers that never existed. It would be absurd that such would be a situation. Even I myself had lost Peter Paulino in the trade towers on 9/11. I finished my mission in the Bronx, and in the branch, Peter Paulino was a counselor in the branch presidency, and the only counselor. And so we as missionaries had to fill in for church leadership there in the Bronx branch. And so I got to know him very well. And he had spent time with us, and I had pictures taken of him, and he took us to the revolving Marriott hotel restaurant. And when I was going home, he had me go to the towers, so I'm a physical witness of the existence of the towers, as he exchanged all the coins that I had collected during my mission into a traveler's check for me, so that I wouldn't take coins on the airplane ride home. And after I got home, he had found my number and called and learned that I was engaged to be married. And he had called later and found out I was divorced. And so, yeah, he was a good friend and a good person. And he's dead because of 9/11. And so for somebody to tell me he doesn't exist and 9/11 never happened, I just dismiss it as literally a fool to say such things, to exhibit such hatred for such a denial. And if a person were to challenge me, say, well, show me the pictures of them then. You know, it wouldn't matter. He wouldn't care. He'd reinterpret the pictures another way. But doesn't matter. My dad threw the pictures away. He threw all of my journals on my mission, threw all of my journals. He tried to erase my history. And so I've got no evidence of many things that I know happened in my lifetime. This is what criminals and bad people do. They cover up crimes and they deny crimes existed by destroying evidence. And so as time goes by, that's what they do, is then they emerge to begin the denial phase to get as many naive Americans deceived as possible, to destroy America, turning us against each other. And it's unfortunate that a subscriber of mine, who's somewhat new though, decides to be a denialist. And even though they are new as a subscriber, they've apparently been watching a few videos. They had to have watched one to subscribe. But I had to ban her because she's a denialist. And a denialist defending the church. I'm unaware of any video of mine where I support and defend the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Right, Mormons? So I'm kind of confused as to why she would subscribe and then go and defend the church. Because the video talked about Mormons murdering people by orders of the church. This is a historical fact. Mountain Meadows Massacre. But yet, there are Mormons in denial. There are John D. Lee did nothing wrongists. There are Brigham Youngites who say Brigham Young did nothing wrong. We have Mormons who are denying our own history of what has actually happened. And so she's denying that I have, let's see, it's on this side. It's on this side. It's still there. I saw it this morning still. And I've got the headaches and the nausea and diarrhea are going away, but I lived in the shelter. I still have the evidence online. YouTube has not deleted my evidence of my time in the shelter and the abuses that went on. The video of those who died are still on YouTube. My videos showing you the documents and the financial receipts of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints behind all of the atrocities and murders at the shelter are a fact. But granted, she didn't see those videos, obviously. But for her to be new, to not have learned about me, and I even talk about it in that very video, which makes her so evil. I warn in the video, you guys don't know me. And yet she did it. She is denying the previous videos that are still on YouTube, where I go over with you in real time the latest attack by the church on me to murder me. I have to get up and show you. This, dear God. This book is a bombshell that all ex-Mormon critics who do videos should have seen my videos and went, what? I need to cover this. This is huge. This exposes that the church intends to overthrow the government. And the church retaliated. And I had denialists back in that day too. And look what happened. This denialism is a plague in the church, such that the church, knowing that they have succeeded in deceiving Mormons, have come out and released the Joseph Smith papers. In the Joseph Smith papers, there are more bombshells that I've been covering with you. Bombshells that not even ex-Mormon critics are covering. Nobody is reading them. Mormons just assume, oh, well, the scriptures, we have those. What do we need the Joseph Smith papers for? Well, the church obviously isn't correcting anything, so there's nothing to be corrected. That's the whole point. That's the trap. The church has come out and confessed that they've been lying in the gospel topic essays, which was a confession that they've been lying to us. Since Brigham Young. And Mormons are just denialists. They are practicing their own version of Mormonism. And they have no idea of the danger that they are in. That the church is plotting not only to overthrow the government, but to murder you. And you don't believe. You're going as lambs to the slaughter.